everyone. Welcome to my presentation. As everyone knows, good communication is an essential tool in achieving productivity and maintaining strong working relationships at all levels of an organization. Before we begin, let me introduce myself. Well, my name is Jannatul Mohua Shimu, Department of Business Administration, Shahjalal University of Science and Technology. Today I'm gonna talk about the challenges of communicating in the global workplace and how can we improve intercultural communication skills. First of all, we need to know what is global workplace. So, it's a concept that organizations can exist in more than one country across the globe or can interact with organizations in different locations worldwide. Effective communications in a global workplace is really important. It's an integral part of company success. Good communication in the workplace ensures employees have the information they need to perform well, builds a positive work environment, and eliminates inefficiencies. If proper communication is not conducted, a company can face many problems or obstacles. Now I'm gonna discuss about the major challenges of communicating in the global workplace. Number one is heavy use of jargon. Overcomplicated, unfamiliar, or technical terms. Most departments and companies have their own jargon, used daily while creating a false feeling that everyone uses our language. It gets even deeper about specific associations and differences in language and field of experiences. Number two is emotional barriers and taboos. Some people may find it difficult to specify their emotions, and a few topics could also be completely off limits or taboo. Taboo or difficult topics may include, but are not limited to, politics, religion, disability, sexuality, and sex, racism, and any opinion which will be seen as unpopular. Number three is physical barriers to non-verbal communication. Not having the ability to determine the nonverbal cues, gestures, posture, general visual communication can make communication less effective. Phone calls, text messages, and other communication methods that depend upon technology are often less effective than face to face communication. Number four is expectations and prejudices that can cause false assumptions or stereotyping. People often hear what they expect to listen to instead of what is said, and they jump to incorrect conclusions. Number five is cultural differences. The norms of social interaction vary greatly in several cultures, as do the way emotions are expressed. As an example, the concept of private space varies between cultures between different social settings. Number six is information overload. Additionally to phone calls, video conferences, text messages, group chats, social networks, and internal meetings, a typical person can receive as many as 10 to 1,000 emails a day. Email overload are bad for communication, often ends up in information being lost, deleted, forgotten, or ignored. Number seven is time zone. With the rapid uptake of remote work, modern companies have seized the opportunity to bring the best professionals into their teams, hiring talent from all around the globe. Truthfully, there are numerous benefits to having employees working in different time zones. Just to name a few, increased response and client satisfaction and ultimately the company's profit are some good examples. As a result of not being able to communicate in real time, co-workers from different time zones may find themselves stuck on different projects or tasks. Number 8 is lack of feedback. Offering feedback is considered a communication challenge by many, especially when related to negative feedback. Although it's never pleasant to give someone bad news, feedback is required for personal and professional evolution. After all, without knowing that something needs improvement, how can anyone refine their skills? Number 10 is lack of collaboration. The latest workplace collaboration statistics shows that 75% of employees rate teamwork and collaboration as very important. Moreover, collaboration is among the top 4 most important skills for employees' future success. Number 11 is poor communication skills. There is no shame in admitting that some people are better at communicating than others. For extroverts, for example, communication comes as naturally as breathing. On the other hand, for introverts, it may raise challenges sometimes. Truth be told, the secret to communicating effectively is trying. Even if some of us are not natural communicators, the good news is that if there is a will, there is a way. Now it's time for us for switching to our next topic, which is intercultural communication skills. So first of all, we need to know what is intercultural communication skill. So intercultural communication skill is the ability to be able to talk to and understand people with different culture and social backgrounds. These differences could manifest in a number of ways, including facial expressions, thought patterns, customs, touch, and tone. Number one is be patient. Working in an intercultural environment can be as frustrating. Things may not get done when expected. Communication can be tiresome and behavior may be inappropriate. Patience with yourself and others helps move beyond such issues and address how to avoid similar incidents in the future. Number two is establish rules. Sometimes, if working in a truly intercultural team, it may be necessary for all to take a step back and set down some ground rules. How do we approach punctuality, meetings, communication, emails, disagreements, etc.? It is always a good idea to try and develop the rules as a group. Number three is ask questions. When when you don't understand something or want to know why someone has behaved in a certain way, simply ask. Asking questions stops you making assumptions, shows the question you didn't understand them, and helps build up your bank of intercultural knowledge. Number four is respect. The foundation of all intercultural communication is respect. By demonstrating respect, you can earn respect and help create more open and fruitful relationships. Number five is the written word. Sometimes people do not have English as their mother tongue, will read more proficiently than they speak. It is a good idea to always write things down as a backup. Number six is time. Not everyone in the world thinks time is money. Understand that for many people, work is low down on the priority list, with things like family taking a much higher precedence. Do not expect people to sacrifice their own time to meet deadlines. It's a good practice to always have a bit of spare time when considering deadlines. Number seven is humor. In an intercultural environment, one man's joke is another's insult. Be aware of differences in the sense of humor and also the acceptability of banter and the like in a business environment. Number 8 is always check. The easiest way of minimizing the negative impact of intercultural communication is to check and double check. Whether agreeing something or giving instructions, a minute spent double checking all parties are reading from the same sheet saves hours of work later on down the line. Number 9 is be positive. When faced with incidents of an intercultural nature, steer clear of blame and conflict, stay positive. Number 10 is self-reflect. A good intercultural communicator not only looks outwards but also inwards. Take time to reflect on your own communication, management, or motivation style and see where you can improve as an individual. The next one is break assumptions. Everyone makes or has an assumption about others. Assumptions are beliefs rather than objective truth, are usually influenced by a number of subjective factors. For intercultural communication to truly work, people need to assess their assumptions and ask themselves why they hold those ideas or beliefs. By doing so and even openly examining them with others, the initial barrier to intercultural communication is overcome. Thank you so much, everyone.